Hi, my name is Deenie Robbins, and I'm a holistic health practitioner at the Inner Health Center in Tarzana. Today we're going to teach you about hydration, nutrition, the importance of colonics, and basic anatomy and physiology. Over here at the chart, this is your colon. It's the main sewer line of your body. Just like the main sewer line in your house, when it gets backed up, you can't use the toilet or the sink until Roto-Rooter comes. That's the same thing here. Your liver, your pancreas, any part of your digestive tract cannot function optimally unless it can dump it to the trash can. So basically, a colon therapist is your human Roto-Rooter for the day. The colon's 5.5, 6 feet long, 2 inches in diameter. The job of the colon is to absorb water, fats, proteins, and get rid of fecal matter. If you eat 3 meals a day, you have to poop 3 times a day with no caffeine stimulation. Your colon has these crevices, so particles have been passing through there since you were a small child. So by the time we're 30, the 2 inches can seem like ½ an inch. Stool starts coming out pencil thin, or you become very constipated. Our job is to have you insert the speculum into your rectum, and then slowly the water goes up to the first blockage, soaks, releases. Soaks, releases, and the intention is to try to clean all 5.5, 6 feet. Over time, the colon becomes like the laziest organ in the entire body, and it just sits there like a limp noodle waiting for some kind of superficial stimulation. So when a person drinks coffee, tea, soda, chocolate, or has cigarettes, what they're doing is giving a superficial jolt to the colon. The colon itself isn't actually moving, you're jolting it. Caffeine completely depletes us of all our hydration, all of our minerals, and all the calcium from our bones. But Mr. Colon likes it, so you drink that cup of coffee, your body goes boom, 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 and has a laxative effect, and you go potty. This works for 10, 15, 20, maybe 25 years, but then it stops working. And then you start taking stool softeners and laxatives and Metamucil and Citracel and all this synthetic garbage just to go to the bathroom for maybe another couple of years. So then we turn 70, 80 years old. God forbid you have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, maybe some osteoporosis. And you take the medications that the doctors give you, which makes you more constipated. So now you haven't gone to the bathroom for a week. Your family rushes you to the emergency room. The nurse is going to take a glove and have to put her hand inside the rectum to remove the blockage. This goes on every other week until they teach you to put the glove on and you do it to yourself at home. I don't know about you, but that's not something I think I would enjoy doing. I would rather do my series of colonics, get myself cleaned out really good, and then you come back once every 3 months for your 3,000-mile oil change. Now, a 100-pound person has to drink half their weight in ounces of water to hydrate, oxygenate, and detoxify all their organs. So a 100-pound person must drink 50 ounces of water minimum per day just to survive. So how much do you weigh, Justin?
150.
So Justin should drink 75 ounces of water every day. And if he works out and sweats, he has to drink an additional 20 to 40 ounces of water per hour to compensate for what he's depleted by sweating. Now let's say Justin's best friend Mikey weighs 100 pounds. He drinks 50 ounces of water religiously on a daily basis, but he stops at Starbucks on the way to the office and drinks 2 cups of coffee. 1 8-ounce cup of coffee has over 135 milligrams of caffeine, which extracts 24 ounces of water from your system. So on one hand, he put 50 ounces of water in, but on the other hand, he took 48 ounces away by drinking 2 cups of coffee, which now leaves him with 2 ounces of water to hydrate, oxygenate, and detoxify all his organs. You think it's going to work? I don't think so. So, you know when you get the runs and diarrhea? Did you know that that's the worst form of constipation? To not poop or have diarrhea is exactly the same thing. That means you have infectious toxins trapped in your colon, and your colon's so dehydrated it can't move it through. So now it can rob moisture from the liver or the pancreas to make that watery substance to move it through your system. This can become dangerous because now you're dehydrated and you land up in the emergency room with an IV in your arm. At first, when you start drinking the correct amount of water, you're going to start peeing like a racehorse. This is because your body's so used to sodas and coffees and things like that, that it doesn't recognize water as something to absorb, but rather as a fluid. So it takes 2 to 2.5 months of consistently drinking the correct amount of water every single day for your body to wake up and say, hey, I remember what this stuff is, and it starts absorbing the water into the cells, and now you're peeing 3 times a day instead of 100 times a day, and that's when you know you're truly hydrated. So this is your stomach up here by your rib cage. These are your intestines. Stomach, intestines, stomach, intestines. So last night, Justin went to P.F. Chang's with his friends for dinner, and they had all these crazy leftovers. This morning, he woke up and he told his wife, I'm going to eat the leftovers because Deenie's going to give me a colonic today, and she's going to get it all out. Wishful thinking. So he ate them this morning, and it didn't agree with him. So he calls my office, and he says, oh my gosh, Deenie, I have such a stomach ache. This is not a stomach ache. This is an intestinal ache. It passed his stomach a long time ago. Stomach aches are sharp pains under our ribs. Most of us have never had a stomach ache our entire life. If we had, chamomile tea, mint tea, or a piece of ginger would remedy the problem. When you take Pepto-Bismol, you're coating your stomach, but your problem is actually 22 feet down. Gas is mass, therefore it takes up space. It's like a big piece of invisible poo-poo. And it's so strong, it creates a seal. So once you create a gas bubble, you're no longer assimilating nutrients, and you're no longer going to the bathroom. So your gas bubbles get stuck in these things called crevices. This is a crevice right here, has a piece of poop stuck in it, mucus, and a gas bubble trapped over it. That's diverticulosis, and you do not want to get that. For example, Justin's gas bubble got stuck here. It can take hours, days, months, years for that gas bubble to move, and the food is stuck behind it for the duration. So, over the years and time, the gas bubbles and the poop get stuck in these crevices, and the poisons will eventually start dripping through your bloodstream to neighboring organs, because this is just made of tissue. It's a big, wet, dirty rag laying on top of all of your organs. So, in the woman's case, this would be where the uterus area would be, or the man's prostate. Over the years, those infectious toxins that build up can start dripping down from the bloodstream onto the prostate or onto the uterus or any other organ. And over time, it starts to inflame the organs. After so many years of inflammation, the cells start to mutate, and that's one of the causes of cancer. Most of us suffer from bloating and discomfort. When you feel bloating in this area, that means that you ate something wrong. Your body's saying, hey, whatever you ate, I can't digest it, and it makes a gas bubble. The gas bubble doesn't move forward or backwards, it expands. So it stretches the 2-inch colon to 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches, now you're in pain, 5, 6, 7. That's how strong gas is. So the idea is to stop creating gas. There's 2 things that create gas: eating foods you're allergic to or bad food combining. How do you know what you're allergic to? You start eating foods individually more often. What am I saying? You eat your 3 to 5 small meals a day. Example, 3 o'clock, I give you a bowl of spinach. Spinach is high antioxidants, lots of calcium, good roughage, but maybe it's not good for you. So now we're going to test it. From 3 to 4 o'clock, all you had is a bowl of spinach. In that hour, if you don't feel anything and you start getting hungry again, that means you are digesting it and it stays in your diet. But if you get gassy, bloated, distended, or any kind of discomfort, you will never touch spinach again. If I give you a blueberry muffin right now and in 10 minutes you look pregnant, guess what? You're not going to eat blueberry muffins anymore. So for the next 2 months, I want you to just test 1 food a day that you eat on a regular basis. Just 1. Eat your regular meals, and you'll find out at the end of 2 months you'll have a foolproof diet that you can travel anywhere in the world and say, give me this and this and this, but not that, I'm allergic to it, give me this instead. And now you're assimilating and eliminating, because that's all food is. It's gasoline for our car. You're supposed to use what you need and get rid of the rest. The most common reason people get gassy and bloated is bad food combining. What is bad food combining? Everything we know. Turkey on wheat, steak and potatoes, cake and ice cream, pizza, tacos, burritos. Pretty much everything in the American diet is incorrectly combined. The correct way to eat is fruit is always eaten by itself. No bananas in your cereal, no raisins in your oatmeal, no strawberries on your waffles. By itself. So if you want to eat an apple and a pear and a banana together, fine. Wait an hour, then you can eat something else. Melons are a separate kind of fruit. Watermelon, cantaloupe, and honeydew take different enzymes to digest them. So it's melons alone or leave them alone. Wait an hour, then you can eat your regular fruit or your regular food. The most important rule is you cannot mix starches and proteins. What am I saying? If you want to eat potatoes, rice, corn, pasta, squash, yams, bread, and tortillas, you eat it with a vegetable and a salad only. If you want to eat any form of protein, which would be eggs, beans, cheese, steak, fish, chicken, lamb, turkey, nuts, or dairy products, you eat that with a vegetable and a salad, but you can't mix a starch with a protein. Why? You eat a piece of chicken, it goes down the esophagus to the stomach, right there. Your stomach says, I need these kinds of enzymes and bile. Starts working on it. So now you eat some rice, and the body goes, whoa, hold the presses. Now I need these other enzymes. So it pushes down the chicken undigested and starts working on the white rice. So now you're eating chicken and rice, you're sending mixed signals, and now you created a gas bubble. Behind the gas bubble is the undigested chicken that you got no nutritional value from, and behind that's the white rice that doesn't have nutritional value. So if I cut out a piece of cardboard in a circle and I write pizza on it and I make you eat it, you're going to get as much nutritional value from the cardboard as you just did the chicken and the rice, so then what was the point of the meal? When you shop at a grocery store, you should always shop on the perimeter of the market. That's the outside walls. Fruits, vegetables, and proteins are always on the outer part of a grocery store. Everything in the center is pre-processed, pre-cancer food, which we refer to as dead food. Now, Justin, what kind of cereal did you like when you were growing up?
Cocoa Krispies.
Okay, Cocoa Krispies. So when you go to another country, for those of you who have been, they shop for just one day. Not for tomorrow and the next day. They go to the grocery store every single morning. The idea behind that is the fresher the food, the more natural occurring enzymes it contains, so the easier for it is to digest. His Cocoa Krispies has a shelf life of 2 to 3 years and sits in the pantry. Somehow that doesn't sound like it's very healthy for you. Alkaline and acidic. What does that mean? The average American, because of their processed diet, when they test their saliva or urine, will be highly acidic. Acidic, down here, 5.5 to 6.2. That means they have a low density of oxygen in the bloodstream and the muscle tissue, so tons of bacteria can continue to grow and fester, and that basically is what creates diabetes, cancers, autoimmune diseases. A healthy alkaline person would test between 7.0 and 7.5. That means there's tons of oxygen in the bloodstream and the muscle tissue. Minimal bacteria can survive, so disease cannot exist in the body. So we're going to use Justin as an example of the tape and test it. Go ahead, Justin, put that on your tongue. Close your mouth. So in about a minute, we're going to test to see whether he's alkaline or not. The way you become more alkaline is by eating more alkaline foods, having 70% fruits, vegetables, and then 30% of your proteins or acid foods with each meal. And you drink alkaline water. We really believe in Kangen water here because we've seen quite a difference with the assistance it gives you because of the way it's structured water, and it gets into the cells and you start becoming hydrated. A hydrated person is a healthy person. So now we're going to test and see where Justin's at. Justin, can you remove that from your tongue? Okay. So Justin is about a 6.4. So he's still very acidic. So we're going to get him on a better high vegetable and fruit diet and a little bit less on his acid and drinking tons and tons of Kangen water. It's also best, if you want to buy the pH paper, you put it on the side of your bed, and when you wake up first thing in the morning, you put a little tape in your mouth, wait a minute, and then see where you are at. And this will help you gauge how you should be eating and how much water you should be drinking every day. As we were speaking about alkaline earlier, the kind of water you drink is very important as well. That's why we do very much support Kangen water, which is the best alkaline water out there. So our example here is, when you drink water like Aquafina, Dasani, things like that, they're highly acidic. You think you're hydrating yourself, but you're really not. So if this was a good water, it would turn a blue-purple color. But it actually turns acidic. So that means the more you drink Aquafina, the more your body thinks it's drinking soda, and so what's happening is you're dehydrating, not hydrating. Alkaline water like Kangen is at a pH level of 9.5. You see how alkaline that is? This is what's going to help bring you from your low acid level up to the 7.0, 7.35 that you need to be healthy. So the importance of colon hydrotherapy is, if you keep your trash can clean, you can never create a disease, you can never feed a disease, and your immune system would be amazing because it wouldn't be fighting this area all the time. So, get rid of your parasites, get rid of the yeast overgrowth, the bacteria. Let's just get rid of infection, period. Let's become very alkaline, let's keep our trash can clean, and come on America, let's get healthy, now. Call us at the Inner Health Center, and thank you for watching my video.